Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Hope people are doing well. Welcome to the stream. Oh, let's get some sanding done. It might be kind of a short stream today, because I do have some stuff that I need to go do. And also, I really only have one set of dice that I really need to get sanded. But I figured we'd get some other stuff done too. But since this is the focus here, I'm really mostly worried about getting that done. And these, I just kind of want to, you know, sand some sharp edges and things. So, should be pretty chill, pretty relaxed, pretty uneventful, I suppose, stream. But we can start on things. You guys even get fresh sandpaper here. I pulled out new ones. Alright, 1000 grit, perfect. But I hope people are having a good day. It's, I'm probably going to go install flooring after this stream. It's my plan. Okay, I'm going to angle this a little bit more. There we go. A little bit easier. Hello! Hola to you as well. I was going to ask you, how are you doing in French? Because that's... If someone says something to me in Spanish, I automatically respond in French. Romantic languages. Guess they're all the same. The ironic thing is that, a lot of people around where I live speak Spanish. Do I speak Spanish? Nope. I barely speak French. But yes, how are you doing today? It's gonna be probably a pretty chill stream. Mostly just getting the, I did decide to go with the rainbow dice that we made last weekend. Oh, you know what you guys could help me figure out is how to ink these. I have some ideas, but I have like a couple of ideas. I'm not sure which one's gonna work the best. Is it flat? Yeah, it's flat, okay. Because they're all like different. The thing is, they kind of ended up with a lot of green in them. For those that don't know, warming up just not long in from work. Do you work outdoors? Here's the set of rainbow dice that we poured last week. It was a dirty pour, and we layered all the colors. So we started with like the red, and then slowly went down the line and poured the rest of the dice. I don't know if it's a problem, but something that I guess I'll keep in mind next time is that as we went down the line, we still kind of pulled the colors that we had already poured. So even when we got to like the end, we still had some of that orange and red in there, which I honestly think makes these look really pretty. But it does mean that this feels almost out of place because it's so solid compared to these really mixed and marbled ones. I think I want to ink them in a way that will maybe pull some of those green tones, because there's a lot of green, into the red, or at least some sort of color that... Here, I'm gonna take my sweater off, I'm too warm. Speaking of warming up. So I can roll up my sleeves too, because they're kind of annoying me. Alright, there we go. But yeah, it's very solid tone compared to some of these later ones that have a lot more marbling to them. So I was thinking I could ink them all like in white, make them all the same color on the numbers, to tie them together. Another idea I had was doing like reverse color order, so doing like this one in red all the way down to doing this one in purple, so going reverse color order in the opposite direction. It does mean the ones in the middle might end up with kind of similar things, so the green dye might end up with green inking on it. So I don't know about that. Could do all of the dice with kind of like a mix of colors. I don't know. Feels like outdoors. Convenience store. Ah, doors always open, so basically ambient. Ah, I see. Yeah. I guess I'm to be fair, I was gonna say I guess I'm lucky because of my job, but I am lucky because of my job. But I was thinking of it because I work at a tutoring center, and there's like a lobby, and then there's back where I am, so I get like 2 doors of protection when it comes to the cold. But yes, if you guys have ideas for how I should ink these, how I should fill in the numbers, I'm open to ideas. I usually don't like completely figure out how I'm gonna do the numbers until I actually get around to like actually filling in the numbers. But I can always use ideas. I'll try some things later. Is that your storeroom chiller was broken? Is that the same thing as an... What is a chiller? Is it like an air conditioning unit? It felt warm. It was 5C. Just a second. I have to remember my Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion, because I know that 0C is freezing. Celsius to Fahrenheit. 41. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Walk-in refrigerator. Okay. I think we'd call it a walk-in fridge. Or walk-in freezer. One or the other. I kind of picked something like that up from... I figured it was something that is cold from context clues, but... I was very confused. If it was the AC, I was very confused why they had the AC running in the middle of the winter. I thought that was a bit of an interesting choice, but who knows? Sometimes places be weird. I think I can sand this... Oop! Should sand this down a little bit more. Okay. Just trying to get all the sides flat and even. I did already do like a cursory sanding on these with the flat lap that I have. Well, it's been modified, but modified flat lap, just to get rid of all the flashing and stuff, so you might be able to see if it focuses up close, which it never likes to do unless I manually focus it. Hello. Please, please. Would it be happier if I added more light? I do have another light here. The light, it burns! There we go. You can see I've already kind of sanded these sides. They're pretty matte. Compared to that's nice and shiny. This is not. I guess we can leave that light on. Doesn't hurt anything. So just to get rid of the flashing, I've already done kind of like a cursory sanding. And now we're doing like 3 different, slightly finer as we go, levels of sanding, just to get it ready to go into the polishing tumbler. So that I can polish these up and get them ready to go. I was hoping to have a tray that I poured as a commission. I was hoping to have that to kind of clean up today too, but I ended up repouring it yesterday. It just wasn't quite the right color. That is often how commissions go. But I factor that in when making things. There's a reason I give such a long time frame and such when doing commissions. I'm just checking the sides and stuff to make sure that there's not like weird spots with where the flashing hasn't come off, or if there's like a weird divot or something. I think that's okay. Just kind of. All right, I think we can do a little more. Oh, the other pours did turn out. Here, I can link the short. I did post a short of unmolding everything. I'll go grab that real quick. Here. Here's the link. Here's the think that, there we go. Yeah, they turned out all right. This is the goal was to make a set of dice to send to a friend for Christmas. I know I'm a little bit late, but that was the goal of the all of the dice last week, and this was kind of the set that I was hoping would turn out, so I could send them over to him. But and they did. They turned out, I think, kind of fun and pretty. So I'm not too worried about sanding the other set right now. I did post it rather late. I'll be honest, I forgot that I had poured dice until Thursday. On Thursday, I was like, oh yeah, there's stuff in my pressure pot. Finally remembered to unmold things and start editing the short to put up. It feels like, I mean, it's been a while since I've put up a full video. I've been doing a lot of editing. It's just that the, like, full-length video, dice making video that I'm working on at the moment, oh boy. It's gonna take a lot of editing. It's, probably gonna be like a half-hour long video about this set of dice. I probably should just sand the side, okay. Yeah, I made the set of dice. The script for the voiceover took me forever to write, first of all. But it ended up being like 6 pages long, which is quite a bit of script for one of my videos. And then I recorded it, and it took me about half an hour to record the script, which isn't necessarily half an hour of script, because I sometimes will re-record the same section over again, especially if I kind of flub it. It's not quite how I want it, I'll just record it again and then take one of the recordings I like, or sometimes I'll just be like, I feel like I could not phrase it, but I could put the intonation different, try a couple of different things. But I've found that the length of time that I end up recording it for usually ends up being about the length of the video, just because there's gonna be sections of the video where I'm not talking. There's a little bit of whoa. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Ugh. I have to crush. Ah! What have I done? Try not to crush the cat on the. Oh! Thank goodness she's moved. Oh. Never mind. We'll crush the cat on the chair behind me. Oh, I'm so glad she's gone. I can finally sit back. What was I saying before I got trapped in a curtain? Just that the amount of time it takes me to record a script usually ends up being about the time that the video, like how long the video is, just because things tend to kind of even out. So it'll probably be like a half-hour long video, I'm guessing. There's a lot more editing I need to do. I've done some of it, but there's more I need to do. I also need to record some stuff still for it, but that's a little bit different than normal recording. I've got a list going for that. Anyway, so that's why it's been a while since I've had a full-length video, but I have gotten some other stuff edited. I got that short edited of unmolding the dice. I've done a little bit of editing on another short of making some D20s. I've got a video that will go up in about 20 subs. That's the mark for that one. If you guys want to get me 20 subscribers on YouTube, that one will go up as soon as that happens. It's all on your shoulders now, guys. But I got that up, and then also behind the scenes video for that. It'll be for channel members and patrons. So it's like I've got some stuff done. I've gotten a lot of editing done. I just haven't gotten any full videos done that are ready to go out. I do need to still finish the table I'm working on too. But it's always the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm always debating, I guess, whether it's better for me to yeah, I'm glad I tossed out this mold. This is weird. To do more Yeah, I'm using wet, dry sandpaper. I can show you the kind I'm using. I don't know if it'll be available where you are or not. I'm using 3M wet to dry sandpaper. This is the 1000 grit, and then I'm going to be doing 2000 grit and then 3000 grit. Hi, Selden. How's it going? I had a good holiday. And I just get this at a Home Depot, local Home Depot. Might be able to get it online, but I haven't had to. Yeah, my New Year's, let's see. Well, I worked on New Year's Eve until like 8 p.m. That's usually about when I work. Yeah, so it was a... No, wait, was it a Wednesday? No, it was not Tuesday? What day of the week was New Year's Eve? I'm trying to remember. So Wednesday I worked till 7. If it's a Tuesday I worked till 8. Oh. There's like a bubble there. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. But it was so foggy here. Like, we went to go look through the window at midnight when you could hear all the fireworks going off, and all you could see was the mist. Like, usually I have a pretty good view of fireworks where I live, because I live on kind of a little bit of a hill. It's I'm not at the top of the hill by any means, but there's a little bit of a rise, so I can kind of see down a little bit into town, or kind of away from town. But usually I can see a lot of fireworks and stuff from my house, but I could see nothing. I could just hear the explosions. Bit dubious of the hype surrounding Zona Papers. To be fair, I like Zona Papers too. I started with Zona Papers. I think, I mean, they're polishing papers. So I'll show you what the finish is like with this, because this is not going to get my dice polished. Going through the 3 levels of sandpaper here is not going to get them polished. I could from here then go to like a Zona paper, probably polish it. I'm going to throw these into a tumbler with some hardwood cubes and some plastic polish to polish my dice. But if you're good at hand polishing, Zona papers work just fine. I'm just not very good at hand polishing. But that's how I started. Squeak, 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 squeak. It's so squeaky. I think there's lots of ways to skin a cat. Like, there's so many different ways that you can polish things. Just gotta find what works for you. And I like using a polishing tumbler. I feel like it gets my dice a lot shinier than I can get them by hand. Yeah, there's a little bit of there's a bubble in this one. Not sure how to feel about that. I don't know if it's worth trying to fill it in. It's right in the middle. Maybe I'll put a dollop of paint in there just to make it feel purposeful. It's probably fine. Your cat's looked up at the squeak. Where's the mouse? Where is it? Show it to me! I was amused earlier today by 2 of my cats just sitting at the back door together, staring out at the birds. I don't know why, it was just cute. They were just hanging out. Oh, you know what? Oh! Yeah, silversmithing. I know about silversmithing a little bit. I know folks that have done that in the past. Okay, I actually have an old 1000 grit one that we'll use for some of these, because I don't need it to be all that nice. Yeah, I imagine polishing papers in general should work, right? I don't know how the grits necessarily, because like obviously resin is going to be softer than silver. Yeah, apparently silver is very expensive at the moment, though. I was literally talking about that with some folks the other day. The price of silver. I do at some point, because like I said, I do know someone who's done like silver smithing stuff. More casting than smithing, I guess. I don't know if there's a difference there when it comes to silver. I get, because there's a difference between bronze casting, for example, and blacksmithing. Although that's usually iron and steel. Where was I going with this? Oh, I do think, since I know someone with the setup to do like vacuum casting for metal, I do think it'd be pretty cool to try and make like a metal die at some point for a video. That's been on the to-do list for like 2 years. It's like, I'll get around to that eventually. Let me get the set of dice that I'm currently editing and the table. I have so many things on my video to-do list that have been on there for years and years and years. Maybe not that many years, but like a few years. I guess I've been doing this. I've been making videos for almost 4 years. Yeah, almost 4 years. Yeah, gold is yeah. Maybe someday. You have a plan on your list for metallic dice? What's your plan for how you're gonna do it? Because I'm thinking that I'll use one of my molds to make like a wax that I can then use for I can basically melt out of a thing for vacuum casting. And I'm not gonna use silver. I'm probably maybe bronze or something. That seems like a more reasonable material. I'll probably just do a D20, I'm thinking. Because I think doing a full set might be more work than I really want to do. Ooh, aluminum or copper, that'd be cool. Some more squeaking for your cats. See, my cat does not care about squeaking at all. She's still just passed out in a box on the floor. I might not do these today. I might just do all the weird random stuff that's not dice and then that one set of dice. Like I said, probably going to be a shorter stream today just because I'm hoping to go work on the flooring in my basement some today. We've been kind of hoping to get some new flooring installed. Got kind of caught up. I think that's fine. Got kind of caught up in the beginning of the process and just for some reason could not get it started. Oh my gosh, cat! I don't know if you guys could hear the screaming of the cat out in the hall. But got completely caught up on actually starting it. But we're changing the where we're starting, and I think it's gonna make it a lot easier. But we need to actually start it still. If you have a 3D resin printer, they can do casting resin. Oh yeah, I have I think seen that. Oh no, cat! Why are you screaming? Stop screaming! I know why she's screaming. She wants in my brother's room. I know that's why she's screaming. Ah! I have heard the opening of the door. Apparently she's been allowed into his room. I think this one glows in the dark. Ooh, high-pitched. Yeah, I wonder if it'd be worth it to get some of that. I don't know how much, like, wax, like, casting stuff I, would actually end up doing. But I have seen that there's a 3D printer stuff that's basically a wax. I'm just flattening out these bottoms a little bit so they're not sharp and so that they're actually flat and will sit there nicely. So this one is kind of a problem. Well, I'm just gonna... This one actually is bowed outwards. A lot of these, because of how the meniscus is, it bows inwards. It goes in. This one I overfilled, like I filled the top, and it was bowed over the other direction. Convex instead of concave. Your little cat, your cat keeps glancing over, twitching her ears towards the TV whenever she hears a squeak. This one's for you, little cat. And like I said, my cat's still just passed out on the floor. It's a good channel that covers scratch building DIY. Scratch. Oh, okay. Making DIY stuff for. Okay. Well, again, I know someone with the equipment, so and I'm sure they would let me use it if I wanted to. I would ask for a link, but YouTube will not let other people send links in chat, which is honestly kind of annoying. I tried to figure out how to make it so that people could send links in chat, but if you send a link, it just, like, blocks it. Like, it'll look like the link is sent from your side, and no one else will be able to see it. It's something that I've tried to figure out before, with no luck. But... If you want to drop the name of the channel, you can, so that other people can find it. So not a link, just the name of the channel. Because I will have the, Yep. See, I started out streaming on Twitch, and, like, I had it set up so people could send links. My rule for sending links was that you had to tell me. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know that I can post links, and I know that my mods can post links, yeah. No, but when I was streaming over on Twitch, I had it set up so that other people could send links. Ping links via email. That works too. I was thinking, if you give the name, then people who are watching this back later can go look it up too if they have an interest in it. Oh, where's it going with this? Oh, but yeah, but my rule was always, tell me that you're gonna send a link and tell me what the link is going to be for. Like, if people just sent random links, I would, delete the message or whatever, but if people were just like, here's a link to the thing we were talking about, that was fine. But yeah, YouTube, not a fan of links. I think that's probably good enough. Flat enough. Yeah. Flat enough. Some more squeaks for your cat. Maybe a little bit more. Staring at the TV now. Hi, Sammy. Hello, Sammy the cat. That's what I'm really here for. It's just the cats. I'm thinking now of people who leave their, like, TVs on for like their cats or their dogs. I have a friend who whenever they leave their dogs, I think they play Kung Fu Panda. I think that's the movie that they leave on for their dogs all the time. So they've got, I think it's Kung Fu Panda. Pretty sure it is. Oh, right, I forgot that. Okay. But yeah, so they've pretty much got Kung Fu Panda memorized. Because it's always on for their dogs. Alright, had to dig a bit. The channel is Shake the Future. Alright. So if you guys are interested in figuring out some DIY, like, kilns and stuff for vacuum casting, metal casting, apparently there's a channel called Shake the Future. You leave a soft jazz channel playing for your cats when you go out. Oh, that's sweet. I am not that nice to my cats. They get to deal with silence, apparently. Not that I'm out. Like, they're not left home alone an awful lot. Okay. So that's good. Just kind of, they have kind of sharp edges to them a little bit. Just get rid of those. Ah! But between my brother and I, there's usually, there's usually someone here, and if not, we're usually gone for maybe 5 hours at most at a time. Also, there's 4 of them, so they can keep each other entertained. It'll be fine. The number of times too that we'll leave, and the cat will be sleeping somewhere, and then we'll come home and the cat will still be sleeping in the exact same place. It's like, yeah. Soup consumed. Now to continue mold hunting. So are you looking for molds to purchase, or are you looking for, like, molds in your house? Or are you looking for the materials to make molds? Because I think you said last time that you were trying to figure out how to purchase some molds, right? I will say, if you plan on making a bunch of dice, at a certain point it might be easier to do masters and make your own molds, but if it's just a hobby, you know, do whatever you want. Okay, that's a little bit better. Then the other question, of course, is what kind of soup? I had, we had lunch at my parents' house, which we do every Sunday. We had chicken pot pie soup. It's quite good. Seems to be a crowd pleaser. We've had it a few times. It's good winter fare, although it wasn't actually too cold today. Oh, yeah, okay. Still getting set up. Plan is to make your own masters and molds. I haven't actually made my own masters, I will say. I do have a resin printer. I have not printed my own masters. I know people in my Discord have. So, if you're looking for advice on printing masters and stuff, they'd be the people to ask. Not that you are necessarily. I don't know how much practice you've had with resin 3D printing. I'm just still too nervous to try and print my own masters. Also, I'd need to... You know, part of what's holding me up, I think, on printing my own masters is figuring out fonts. Because I do think it'd be really fun to design some little potion bottle dice. I have, like, some ideas for, like, a set of, like, D6s that all be different potion bottles, which I think would be really cute. And I think I could sculpt... I could make them in some sort of CAD software. I think I have free CAD. I could probably make the actual, like, bottle shapes in that. Figuring out the text and what is, like, I don't know what like, fonts are copyrighted and stuff. I don't know what fonts I'm allowed to use for things I might want to sell. Cauliflower cheese and kale soup. looking for a reasonable starter mold that's not cheap Amazon crap. Yeah, that's fair. That's, to be fair, that's what I started with, was the cheap Amazon crap. Your font gathering the other night. Where are you getting fonts from? And how do you know if you can use them? I mean, obviously use them, yes, but how do you know if you can make stuff to sell with them? The other thing I'd have to figure out would be how to put them onto the irregularly shaped dice. 1001 font, search free for commercial use. Oh, okay. That makes sense. But yeah, I 3D modeling is one of those things that's like, it's kind of fun, but also I am so not good at it that it's like kind of daunting to start, because I know how much time and energy I'll need to put in to actually get good at it. And I don't know that I have enough time to put into it. Maybe that's something I'll try and figure out on my week off. I can't remember if I mentioned it. I decided I'm going to take a week off at the end of January. Both from this stuff, from my day job, and from this stuff. It's just been years since I've taken any substantial amount of time off. You just pay your son-in-law to do any 3D modeling. He does that for a living anyways. Oh, okay, that's cool. It is very nice to know people. Always useful to know people. Mail a link to 3 short tutorials on adding custom fonts and stuff. Oh, okay, that'd be, yeah. That I would appreciate. I'm not as interested in building stuff for the metal casting, but how to work with fonts, it would be useful to me. When I find the time to actually work on those masters that I want to build. I need Liz time, yeah. No, I decided I'm gonna take a week off. I'm gonna spend like 2 days of it at least, like relaxing, and then I'm gonna spend, because I'm doing a full week. But I'm gonna spend at least a couple of days relaxing and just like reading a book and doing a puzzle and watching a movie, that sort of thing. And then I'm gonna spend other time, I think, working on the house. My house is very much a mess, partially just because I don't make the time to actually like clean. So I'm gonna spend a few days working on like cleaning and organizing stuff. Like I've got all sorts of papers and stuff all over the floor here. It's much to my shame. I can show you my office floor if you want. Here's my. Let me make sure there's no. Okay, I don't think there's any incriminating documents here, but welcome to next to my desk. There's the pile of stuff next to my desk. There's the cat in the box. But, sorry for the motion sickness there. Alright. Ah. That's, turn my light back. That's pretty much what my house looks like. Is, just stuff everywhere. So, I wanna have a chance to do some of that organizing. That's part of the reason I want to get the floor worked on in the basement too, is because we have plans for how we're going to rearrange some things once we get that floor in there. Alright, so these are all done. I'm just doing, I think that one, actually this one I'll do a little bit more. But otherwise, these can either get tossed into the polishing, or they're good to go. If you're curious what, oh, or tossed on the floor apparently. Ugh. Ah, my curtain. This curtain really wants to attack me tonight. This is just a bunch of, I was using these bird and skull molds as, just dump molds. Plus a random crystal. And these are for like phone grips. So sparkly. Well, I'm sure if you're gonna throw tons of stuff to downsize, you don't want to drag all this with you. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I feel like it's always crazy finding out how much stuff you have when you move. Not that I've moved a ton of times. I've moved twice, I think, but I don't even want to think about how much stuff I'd need to move if I moved now. I've got so much junk in my house. It doesn't help that I end up collecting like actual junk because I'm just like, I could use this in an art project. Do I need this random scrap of cardboard? But it's a cool shape. I could use it in something. I'm just gonna toss that because that's dead. All right, on to our 1,000, 2,000. It's just over 7 years away. I love the. Gotta get ready for my move in 7 years. I mean, I guess I love I appreciate. It's nice that you're being proactive. 7 years out is a little bit funny. You've got to admit. Like, I don't save it for last minute. I need 7 years to plan this. I get it though. I think like part of the reason I'm laughing is because I know how I am, and if I cleaned everything now and I knew I was moving in 7 years, I also know that I would absolutely build up all of the junk in my house again over those 7 years. Like, if you can downsize it now and like keep it nice and organized, that's great. I don't know that I'd be able to. It's true, I know. I'm blinking at 7 years later. That's definitely how it feels. I realized the other day that I've been working in my job for about 4 years. That's fair, yeah. A lot of stuff, partly why. Plus you need to catalog some stuff to sell. Fair, yeah. I'm working on getting, I have a bunch of, I don't know if it's stuff that you've made or if it's just, like, things you want to, downsize. But I'm slowly, like, getting pictures and stuff of all of the random little bits and bobs that I've made for various in-person shows, since I've given up selling things in person. It's not worth it for me. I know some people make their livelihoods that way. Does not really work for me. Hundreds upon hundreds of DVDs for one. Oh boy. That's a lot of DVDs. Might need to sand down a side here. It's a little bit rounded. I'll do this side. But I got some more necklaces photographed the other day. I need to, I think, finish up doing a couple more photographs. Okay, just like on this side, I need some more. Just a second. I'm gonna sand this side down a little bit. Just trying to make the corner a little bit sharper. Your ex-girlfriend called you Blockbuster. Is it Melondrome? Hi, Melondrome. Welcome. I'm glad you've been enjoying the videos. I was literally talking earlier in the stream about how I've not put any videos out recently. I'm working on it, but I haven't put any videos out recently just because so much editing. We're getting some dice sanded, just chilling, hanging out. talking about how Selden's ex-girlfriend got them Blockbuster because of how many DVDs. Oh, which was because my house is a mess. That was how we got into that topic. Just the amount of stuff that I have in my house. Yeah, and I probably need to toss a bunch of stuff and reorganize a bunch of stuff. There's so much stuff that I have that's like still in boxes from when I moved here like 7 years ago. Hey, 7 years! 7, 8 years ago? When did I move here? Probably 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, that sounds about right. Some of it's like childhood art and stuff where it's like, I don't necessarily need to get into it, but I kind of want to keep it. But some of it, I'm sure, is random stuff that I could throw away. I don't need. That's one of the things on the to-do list for when I take a week off at the end of the month. Sort through all of the junk all over my floors. I want to make my space more usable. And just more comfortable. If you are just joining, by the way, I'm sanding this set of dice. What I haven't decided on yet is how I want to ink these, because this is the... You can see that some of them ended up a lot more orange. That's because they're of how they were made. But I don't know how I want to ink them. Do I want to do them all in white to tie them together? Do I want to do like the warmer toned ones with cooler tones and then like go the other direction? Like do the warmer toned colors on the cooler tones to kind of tie them together? I'm not sure yet. I'm looking for ideas and suggestions there. I'll probably try a few different things once we get there, but yeah. You did watch the color theory video. Need to do some more personal work on that. Some more conversant with light colors rather than pigment colors. Ah. I mean, there's. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're more used to how light mixes than how pigments mix. Yeah, they're different. I'm not as familiar with how light mixes. Definitely done I mean, I wouldn't say my background's in painting, but I've done a lot more with, like, painting and stuff, so I'm definitely more familiar with pigments. What have you done with, light mixing? I feel like that almost happens... Maybe it's just because I've done a lot of art stuff, but I feel like... I'm trying to think of, like, what you use light mixing for. I guess maybe with computer stuff, like, technology stuff. Maybe in, like, theater, doing lighting for things. I can see how that would, matter for film and theater. I'm still, speaking of film and theater, I'm still such a fan of these lights. They're so useful. I got these lights, for filming things. I'm like, and for streaming. I have one here, too, that just kind of is attached to my desk. And then this one ends up getting moved around and used for filming things. That one does occasionally, too, but less so since it's just attached to my desk. But it does just, like, come off, so you can make it work. Used to do a bit of theater lights and pyro. Other than that, just LED lighting projects. That's cool. Was I talking about it last week when you were here? I was talking about how I kind of want to get back into theater stuff. Although I can't. I was debating, like, going and doing, like, a theater class at the local community college. I don't know that I'd find the time for it. That's the problem. I'd have to actually find the time to go do it. But I do think it'd be kind of fun to go do that. But I'm not sure, actually. Then I had the realization, I'm not sure if I actually miss doing theater, or if I just miss having, like, a collaborative artistic project to work on with other people, like, in person. I think I like working on projects with people, like other people, and coming up with ideas and you know, working together to like tell a story or make something. And I think theater is very much that. Like it's very much working with a large group of people to tell a story and create something. So I'm not sure if I miss theater or if I just miss like hanging out with like creative and artistic people and working on things together. I definitely do like collaborating on things. It was kind of funny because at one point I think I've mentioned this on stream before. It was a little bit ago, but I was chatting with some friends at one point, and they asked me like what I would do if for some reason I decided to leave my day job. Not that I would. It's kind of paying the bills at the moment. I'm fine with hello, ta-da! I guess I am kind of front of house, but I haven't really done much like backstage stuff. That could also be fun. Like when I was looking at the theater classes at the local community college, I was like, it might be fun to do like a lighting or like stage management sort of class or something too, or costuming, that sort of thing. But I'm also a show off, so. No, I did theater a bit growing up. But where was I going? What was I talking about before this? Can't remember. I had a train of thought, and then I have lost the train of thought, which is the story of my life. I was on with that before. I was talking about stage management and things. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh, my friend. My friend. I was asked what I would do if I left my day job. And I was like, I'm not sure. So I went and sat and thought about it for a little bit. And I was like, I'd either go like whole hog on the YouTube video stuff, which I kind of want to do anyways, but like I also have a day job. I'd either want to do that, so working on video things, or I'd maybe want to go take some like art and theater classes. And then I was like, it's basically the same thing. I think we figured out what I enjoy doing, and it's art and theater, which is basically what YouTube videos are. It's all the same stuff. I don't know that I'm, man, I've never had a good memory. My memory's never been great. I'm sure that bodes really well for me in the future. Sure, yeah. Alright. Oh, I wanted to sand side of this, actually. Okay. I think we're on to our 3000 grit. Just see. That's our 1000, 2000. Okay. This should be, I think, the last little bit to do. Your comment about age just reminded me how much fun it is to try and get the kids at work to guess my age. I don't know why it tickles me so. They have no idea how old people are. I mean, it depends, but yes. I have finally started to look my age a bit. I don't have high schoolers asking me what school I go to anymore. Not at work, but just like in general. I have a coworker that's 23. She was telling me about some TikTok trend, and I'm like, you are making me feel so old right now. This sounds like such a young person thing. Not that I am particularly old, but she made me feel so old talking about some TikTok type trend that she was doing. I was like, oh, can you repeat that again, please? You tell your staff you're 30 and the rest of you is in denial. It is very funny to me when my coworker, who I know has a kid my age, says that they're 30. Or, yeah. Very funny to me. But also, it's just fun to wind the kids up at work sometimes. I think, to be fair, I remember when I was, like, in school, I thought of 30 as being, like, so old. And now that I'm past 30, I'm just like, it's really not. Really, it's not that old. And I'm sure that will continue on forever. I'm sure I'll hit 50 and I'll be like, it's really not that old. I thought it was old when I was 30, it's not that old. I expect that it just keeps going forever. I don't know if there's a point that you get to where you're like, oh, I'm old. Maybe if you're aching and paining a bit, but... Or if you have your 23-year-old coworker talking about TikTok trends. Those are the 2 times you're allowed to feel old. Oh, or if every once in a while... The other thing that makes me feel old is when, like, actors or... You've been summoned, Cobra. Because we're talking about feeling old, or, I was gonna say, the other thing that makes me feel old, even though I'm not that old, is when, like, actors or, like, YouTubers that I like and stuff talk about being in their, like, 20s. I'm like, you're so young. Every landmark age you thought, really? This is, yeah. To be fair, and I've said before too, I didn't really feel like, I don't know, old or an adult or whatever, until my younger brother hit 21. And then I was like, oh gosh, I am an adult. To be fair, I think I've said this before too. I felt younger at 30 than I did at 25. I think I think that's fairly normal. I don't know if younger is the right word, but I was definitely happier at 30 than at 25. Your body just cracks and pops. Yeah. Because at 25, it's just like, oh gosh, everyone else has got it figured out by now. What am I doing? I don't have any time at all to get things figured out. And then you hit 30 or 28-ish and you're like, it's fine. I got plenty of time. Gray hairs occasionally popping up now. I've got a few. I think, my current theory is that I got my mom's hair texture and my dad's hair coloring, and my brother got my dad's hair texture and my mom's hair coloring, because, I have a few gray hairs, not very many. My younger brother has a lot more white hairs than I do. And my mom started going gray at, like, 25, so... I always joke you should change your name to Rice Krispies because all Snap Crackle Pops. To be fair, even in high school, one of my nicknames was Grandma Joints, because I was probably growing, to be fair, but I always had some joint that I'm like, oh, my ankle's really, acting up today. Already have white hair to 28. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, my mom started going gray at, like, 25. My younger brother is 27, 28? I think he's 28 and he's got quite a few. Somewhere in there. All genetics. It's all genetics. Like many things in life. Oh, here. Speaking of Snap, Crackle, and Pops, let's see if here I can show you one of my random. I don't know if it's a party trick, but here's something I can do. Can you hear that? My pinkies. That's my pinky fingers. Hold it up to the mic. There you go. There's one of my party tricks. Yeah, see, I think it's kind of, yeah, I like white hair. I think it's good. Yours do that too? Doesn't feel great, I must admit. Gotta pull it out every once in a while just to show off that my pinkies can crack repeatedly. I guess. Don't know what it is. See something today and thought, Kazila's doing this video, which is things a resinor can do when it's stupid cold out. I think the first thing is not pour resin. Yeah. Yeah. Sparkly hair, yeah. Get some of the dust off the sides of this. Don't need that clogging everything up. Taking inventory of supplies, making a project list, checking conditions of molds, etc. Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's true. I have not poured a lot of resin recently, and there's plenty of other things that I've been doing. Maybe, you know, I mean, the thing is, Cobra, you could make this video too. Why not? Yeah. I mean, I guess it takes time to film it and edit it and things, write a script, but I mean, you could make your own video. Discovered you have almost no purple dye left? Oh. Well, good thing you took an inventory. Yeah. Speaking of checking conditions of molds, I probably should make some new molds. I'm starting to weed out some of my old ones that are really not in great condition. I made a bunch of D20 molds recently. I probably should just make a bunch more of the other molds. That's my least, I've talked about this many a time. It's my least favorite part of the whole dice making process is making the molds. It's funny, everyone has like a different... Also involved buying a camera, microphone, editing software. Not necessarily. Do you have a phone? That has a camera. Phone has a camera built in. The editing software I use, there's a completely free version that's great. You really doesn't actually take a lot to make a video. A flippy phone? Yeah. I don't know how the camera is on that. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Yes, that's what I use is DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve has an excellent free version. I have now paid for the paid version, partially just because I like the editing software so much that I wanted to support it because it has an excellent free version. Also, it had a few features that I wanted, but no, excellent free version of DaVinci Resolve. And I would suggest using DaVinci Resolve and not Blender, which is what I used to edit my videos for the first, like, 2 years that I made videos for this channel. Fun fact. I did all of my editing in Blender for quite a while. Would not suggest, but it does have a video editor in it. Fun fact. Would suggest DaVinci Resolve. It crashes a lot less. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I kind of held off on making so YouTube videos. I'd kind of tried making some videos in the past, like back when I was in like college and stuff, tried doing some vlogging and things. At the time, I could not stand editing. I just did not have the patience for it at all. Didn't enjoy it. I enjoy it now. I now enjoy editing quite a bit. Depending on what it is, I've discovered I do not enjoy editing vlogs. I find that to be a pain. But if anyone wants 12 hours of footage from a convention I went to 3 years ago, I have that. I think that's all the stuff to sand, guys. But I then kind of like held off on making videos for quite a while, just because it's like I felt like I needed to know what I was doing before I started, and that is eventually you kind of just have to start. Which sounds weird. Get way too easily distracted when trying to multitask. Well, yeah, I can't really talk there. That's probably part of the reason that it takes me so long to edit, is that I definitely like to watch things while editing. Have various things up on the other second monitor over here. You use your console for videos, but for now, no voiceovers. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, right. Video, yeah. Oh, because you do video game stuff, yeah. Squirrel! That's been my motto for years, is squirrel. So glad I realized I had ADHD at the age of 26. Alright. Is it going to focus? Please focus. It'd be nice here. Just a second. I can go manually focus. And go to focus and manually focus it all close up. There we go. So there's those. Does anybody have any ideas for what color? I'm going to go put them in the polishing tumbler, but what color should I ink them? Should I do them all the same? Should I do them different? They're really not shiny at the moment. They're quite matte on the sides that I've sanded, but they're going to go into the polishing tumbler to give them that nice shine. My two ideas at the moment, and this is why I've changed it to a manual focus. But I have two ideas for the number colors. Either do them all in white, or go kind of like reverse, and so like down at this end where it has more purple, ink that in red, and then down at this end where it's like almost completely red, do purple, and then go like reverse color order on them. But does anybody have any other ideas? I could go for like maybe yellow. I feel like there's not a lot of yellow in here. I could do everything in yellow. That might tie things together a bit and also stand out from all of them. The bluish ones look like coral. I will say, I do really like the color combo on these. I think that they turned out really pretty. The ones where they've got the blue and then they still have a little bit of that orange in there. I do like those. I wish that I'd gotten a little bit more gold. I feel like gold might blend in almost too much with some of the greener tones. White or yellow seems like good colors to the numbers. Okay. But yeah, I wish I'd gotten a little bit more of the purple in the actual die. I really only got a little bit on the back of the D2. The blue reminds you of Soda Light. Could do gray. Like a light gray. So it stands out a little bit. Bright lemon yellow or light bright light. You're just trying to give me tongue twisters. Light bright lime green. Yeah, I could do them all in like a green or something to tie in some of the green. Like, because there is a lot of green tones in here already. But kind of bring some of that into here. I'll definitely try a few things once these are actually polished, just to see what matches. But I do appreciate the ideas. All right, I think that's gonna be everything for today. I'll put this back on autofocus now. We've got our set of dice. I'm gonna go throw those into the polishing tumbler. Like I said, it's a little bit of a shorter stream today because I'm gonna go work on installing some flooring in my basement. But I'm glad you guys could come hang out for a little bit. I should be back next weekend, I think. Pretty sure. I can grab my calendar here. Although, you guys are on top of my calendar at the moment. Just a second. Let me double check if I've got anything on the calendar for next. I don't know what we're gonna stream yet. I do have a stream penciled in. Don't know what we'll stream. We'll find out. Maybe we'll ink some things. I don't know, or do some more sanding or something. Because I do have a bunch of random sets of dice and things that are just sitting over here partially sanded. So we could work on that. I mean, if you have things that you'd like to see, let me know. You can always let me know in the Discord or in the comments of this stream once it goes out as a video. But hopefully I'll see you guys next week for another live stream. It's good hanging out. Bye-bye. Have a good one.